Johnny, Scott, and Cassandra were childhood friends who had grown up hearing local legends about Hollow Pine Forest, a stretch of twisted woods where, according to whispers passed down since World War II, Nazi deserters had buried stolen gold. One day, while sorting through old war memorabilia in Johnny's grandfather's attic, they discovered a faded map hidden behind a photo frame. The parchment was marked with German writing, cryptic symbols, and an X deep within Hollow Pine. Intrigued and lured by the promise of treasure, the trio packed their gear and set off on what they thought would be a thrilling adventure. The forest was thick and strangely quiet, the kind of silence that made every twig snap feel deafening. As they followed the map, odd things started happening. A chill in the air despite the summer sun. Trees creaked with no wind. A faint, rhythmic tapping like boots marching on stone echoed in the distance. They chalked it up to nerves until they reached the clearing. There, half buried under moss and ivy, they uncovered the rusted outline of an old German bunker. A twisted hatch led downward. They pried it open, and the air that escaped was thick and chemical, like rotting metal and old blood. They didn't notice how their hands began to tremble or how their vision seemed to blur around the edges. Below, they found empty crates, rusted rifles, and at the far end, a crumbling wall. Behind it, buried beneath a pile of bones, lay a single iron chest. As Johnny struck the wall to clear space, a metallic clang rang out, followed by a sharp hiss. A hidden gas canister, old but pressurized, had ruptured. At first, they only coughed, but within minutes, reality began to distort. They saw flickers of shadowy figures marching through the forest, whispers in German, a young soldier sobbing in the corner of the bunker. The friends tried to shake it off, blaming stress and bad air. But then came the twist, a fourth voice. They heard someone calling from the forest, a child's voice, crying for help. Cassandra swore she saw a boy in a tattered uniform run past the entrance. Scott, panicking, chased after it. Johnny and Cassandra followed, only to find Scott staring blankly at a tree, mumbling about being surrounded. The trees around them seemed to close in, and for a moment, the world blinked. The three were now standing in the middle of a battlefield, explosions echoing, tracer fire slicing the night, and ghostly soldiers fighting a war already lost. They ran back to the bunker, disoriented and trembling, but inside something had changed. The chest was open, the gold scattered, and written in blood on the wall was a warning in German. Greed feeds the dead. As paranoia set in, they began to distrust each other. Johnny believed Scott had stolen a piece of gold. Cassandra thought Johnny was hiding something. Tensions erupted. In a fit of madness, Scott attacked Johnny, who barely escaped. Cassandra, clutching her head, screamed that she could hear marching behind the walls. But in that chaos, Cassandra uncovered a hidden journal beneath the gold. It belonged to a German officer, one who had gone mad trying to protect the treasure. The writings revealed that the gold was cursed, soaked in the blood of betrayal and desertion. The forest, the gas, the hallucinations, all part of an endless loop, a punishment for those who sought the gold with greed in their hearts. Now realizing the truth, Johnny and Cassandra tried to reason with Scott, who had become convinced they were enemy soldiers. In the struggle, Scott was fatally wounded. Bleeding and delirious, he whispered that he just wanted to go home. With no other choice, Johnny and Cassandra gathered the gold back into the chest. They dragged Scott's body inside the bunker and sealed the hatch with chains they found in the storage room. As the final lock clicked shut, a deep tremor shook the earth. The hallucinations stopped. The air grew clear. The forest was silent once more. Johnny and Cassandra stood in the clearing, exhausted and changed. The gold was gone, buried again with the past. But the cost had been immense. Scott was dead, and a piece of their friendship had been lost forever. As they walked away, the forest behind them seemed to breathe. Somewhere beneath the soil, the cycle waited, silent, cursed, and patient, for the next seeker of stolen gold.